Y'all know what it is. It's season 2. I'm back with another interview. I got Big Hasan up here, man. In case y'all didn't know, he has had some serious cars in his daytime. He's letting one get away. He's let his Holy Grail get away, but he also has something that's real fresh and near dear to the heart. Welcome, my dude Hasan, to the table. Haas, welcome to Gears in the Rear.
Right on, man. Appreciate the invite, man. Finally got a chance to sit down with you, brother.
We finally here, man. We here. We've been doing a lot of car talk back and forth, rubbing ideas off each other, and we here, man. Why don't you let the crew know what you got?
Oh, man, I got a 69 Pontiac Grand Prix. It's a Model J. I ain't got the SJ, but it's a Model J, 400 big block. So, you know, I had it for about 20 years now, man. Just been already did it one time, and now
you're on the remix.
On the remix.
Now you're on the remix. You're on the remix. We're doing it again, huh?
Yep.
So you did it the first time. What's some of the things that you learned now that you're doing the remix?
The first time I was just trying to get it out on the streets as quick as possible. You know, me, I'm an interior guy. As long as my interior's clean, my motor's right, it's some fresh paint, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to roll. Okay. But I was young, you know, just wanted to get out there. So this time I'm finally taking my time with it, with the interior and with, you know, some of the motor and dressing it up and the brake system and whatnot, just trying to make sure it's right. So this time, you know, really trying to just, I'm not gonna put my foot all the way in, but it's going, you know.
So we're a little bit in the water.
We in the water.
We in the water. We're just not soaking wet, but we wet.
We're wet. We in the water.
That's what I'm talking about. Man, now that I heard you mention a few things, but did you upgrade the brake system? What'd you do to the brakes?
Yeah, so went from I had disc brakes on the front, drum in the rear, and so now I went disc brakes all the way around. Okay. You know, make sure it get that good stopping power.
That good stopping power.
You know, and so
and he did it on a dime. Did we go wheel whirl, or did we just do? We went the nice traditional rear brake set all the way around.
Right, traditional rear brake system, nothing extraordinary. You know,
because you don't need all that. You just need to stop.
I just need to stop, but I wanted to look and wanted to be able to, you know, upgrade the brakes. So, you know, I want to get away from that drum system.
That's what's up. So I know on those Pontiacs, they call them those A-bodies. Everybody's got their A-body system. Did you have to do anything like put a sway bar, new sway bars on there, any type of that stuff?
Yep. Put front and rear sway bars on it. You know, make sure the ride was more sturdy and secure, and really went in on the motor. You know, took the motor out, did the whole, you know, engine bay and overhauled the motor, you know, and so you know my guy Vern, man, really did his thing.
That guy up in Kelso that you talk about,
man, huh? That guy got hands, man.
That guy got hands, man. That's that guy Vern, man.
Yep.
One day we're gonna get him on here soon, man. That's that 68, man.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get Mr. Rag 68 up on here.
Man.
One of these days. He's definitely has blessed a couple of cars in the city.
Definitely.
And I've seen what he's done to that Pontiac, man. He's put his hands on your joint.
Definitely.
And it's looking clean. What are we doing as far as the paint, man? I heard we're going with some paint.
Yeah, man, just went back in the paint booth, man. That has some imperfections in the paint for it being painted so long ago. This is the third time I'll have painted it.
Ooh, okay,
you know, the first time had some rust areas, second time some rust areas, and this third time I really wanted to go in and take it back down to the metal in some areas and get it repainted, man. You know,
okay.
Keeping it the same color, everything, man.
Oh,
you know,
what color we rocking with?
It's a midnight blue, you know, with a blue pearl in it.
Okay.
You know,
okay, midnight blue with the blue pearl.
Yep.
And it's coming to you near you, man. It's coming out this summer.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be
ready.
I
can't wait for him to come out this summer.
Sure.
He definitely putting some wheels on it. I think you said he was going with the Pro Touring look, right? The 20?
The
Dubs?
Yep, going with the Dubs, man. You know, I had the Deuces before, man, and you know, for me, I said, hey, you know, I'm getting up. For me, all I need is the Dubs, man. That's all I need.
So let me ask you this, though, man. I mean, are we going peg leg or we putting palsy on that thing? What we doing? We got to have...
right now, I don't have a palsy right now, man. Maybe one day, man.
Okay.
You know, for sure. One day, man.
Well, I ain't mad at you, man. One day we'll definitely get some real palsy up on that thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I won't let you get off the set without talking about this Holy Grail you let get away, man. Talk about that joint.
Oh, man, you know, I've heard it multiple times from several different people over the years, man. I shouldn't have let it go, but 72 Caprice, you know, the 455 in it, you know, went all the way in with it. You know, that one was one I was really putting some work in, man.
You had that big boy, man, big boy, big toy.
Yeah,
and
man.
now that thing is worth a lot of money, man. Them things is going for like 40, 50K easy.
Yeah, if I would have still had it, man, I know I would have been going in it another time, man, and really just setting it off, man. And
well,
so,
that's what's up, man. Again, man, I seen that Pontiac, man. I can't wait to see you out here in the streets.
For sure.
You know, we got that Gears in the Rear car show. If you're in town, July 2nd, We having it at the pull up. We're gonna be out there at the Detail Garage, out there in Gresham in your neck of the woods. Can't wait to see everybody getting ready to pull out. Once again, man, thank you for pulling up on your boy.
Sure, man.
All right, y'all, check this out. This your boy Mel P here. We live and direct. I got Miss Jaime here. She is definitely a woman amongst boys in this car game. She has the Chevy C10. She's coming from Northern Cal all the way to Oregon. She didn't mind leaving the sunshine for a little bit of rain. Talk to us with the drip. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, man. I thank you for being on our show. Like I said earlier, you're a woman amongst boys in this car game. Tell us a little bit about what you got. What you driving?
I am driving a 1971 C10. It belonged to my dad, so it's
Okay.
a family heirloom.
Okay.
He taught me how to work on it since I was a little girl. So changing the oil, changing the tires, checking it, making sure the plugs were good.
Talk to me. Y'all hear that, young ladies? To my girls out there, my students that's listening. She learned how to wrench. She changed the tires. She changed the oil. And then she said spark plugs. Talk to me. So what you rocking inside that C10?
It's a 350 small block with a 700R transmission.
Okay, 7R transmission, 350. A little wiggle when you giggle, huh?
A little wiggle, yes.
Okay. So, you said as a youngster, Pops got you involved.
Yes.
And what was your first car you started working on him with?
It was actually the truck. He had Plymouth. He had custom cars, just old school stock. But when he got this truck, it was kind of, okay, now time to change, treat my little girl right and teach her how to work on it because it was going to be mine.
Okay. Got you ready, so just in case you didn't need no man.
Yes,
you
that
knew
was
what
his
you was
words.
doing.
Yep.
So I'm a father of 4 boys, right? So I definitely understand where he's going with that.
Yeah.
Had to make sure his baby girl was safe if she had to be on the road.
Yes, most definitely.
Share with me one of those good stories with Pops working on that truck, man.
Well, it used to have a Corvette engine in it when I was little. So it was just, listening to that thing roar.
Okay.
Sitting in it, feeling it in your chest. Everything about it just, drew me to it.
Okay.
So then every week we would wash it. He would teach me how to detail it.
Okay.
And what he wanted and what should be done.
Okay.
And so so then I just started taking care of it like he did.
So you had a little bit more need for speed in it,
Yes.
and you like speed.
I like speed.
I see that. I
Yes.
saw your face light up tremendously when you was like had a Corvette motor in it. I said, oh, okay, holy guacamole, she
Yes.
likes moving.
I
Okay. And then we washed it. You spent some time with Pops working on it.
Yes.
Now it's been brought back down to you. What changes have you done besides changing the motor out? You repainted it?
We repainted it. We did the classic white, Chevy white.
Okay.
And we did, after bringing up the engine to run great for us, we went ahead and I did the upholstery.
Okay.
So I redid the seat, the bench
Okay.
seat in there, added some teal, kind of trying to make it mine a little bit now that it's not, Pops anymore.
It's okay to add a little. I like teal.
Oh,
For some reason, that ocean blue type teal.
Oh, yeah.
Is that not fresh?
It's sexy.
Oh, ain't it? Ain't it? Talk to me, baby. I like that teal.
Yes.
And so now you put your flavor, your splash on it.
Yes.
Is this your first show you've entered it in?
It is. Actually, it's been kind of a checklist, bucket list for me. So my dad and I always talked about taking the truck to the shows, but he passed away before the truck was finished.
Okay. Rest in paradise, Pops.
Yes. So keeping his dream alive and doing, some of the stuff that we had talked about when I was little. So here I am, like my first show.
Listen, you're doing an amazing job with that C10.
Oh, thank you.
It's been a high commodity truck. I've seen it. They're selling for a lot all across the world right now.
Yeah.
And they're doing their thing. So did your parts and stuff? Where did you buy your parts and stuff from? Where was you like as you was putting it back together?
Actually, it's pretty much exactly the way it was. So,
wow.
Other than the bench, who I found off of a guy who was in the military leaving to I believe it was Brazil. I bought the bench for $100 out in Cali. Other than that, it's all pretty much just the way it is.
Wow, so it's held up its chance of time.
It
So in the car world, they're called unmolested cars, which means they haven't been cut, or tampered with, and they're still holding up as their body. So that's all original.
All original.
All original C10.
Yes.
You got something there, baby.
I do.
You have something there.
He took care of it the way he liked to take care of his women.
And that's what I'm talking about. So now you take care of it like you take care of your man.
Exactly.
Listen here, it's been passed down, baby.
It has.
It's been passed down. Again, where can we reach you at? Are you on any social media platforms? You on anything out there?
I'm on Instagram at C10 Koi Jeeps.
Okay, Koi Jeep C10. And we're on Instagram, we're on Netflix, we're on everything, on all your social media platforms. It's that Gears in the Rear. And again, thank you for your time. You're tuning in. We're going to be live. You'll be able to see your episode and see you on this as it go on. And,
wonderful.
And again, man, shout out to all my students that's watching this, man. Y'all requested it. I went out and got it. We have a nice, lovely lady who's into cars, who's been working on them since she was a pup. And she knows how to turn a wrench or two.
Women can do anything.
That's what I'm talking about. So, any future plans with the truck? Any future things you plan on doing with it?
Eventually, my dad always wanted a white blue pearl.
Ooh.
But it's like, I drive it whenever I can, rain or shine. So,
Okay.
I mean, if I do it,
You
it
just
gets
gotta
scratched. So, I'm going to keep it like this until I'm ready to make it just a show truck, if I ever do.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So then when you look at that paint job, maybe you become a trailer queen at that point?
Yeah, but you should never. You should drive your shit.
And that's what see, you hear, it's okay to say drive your shit on the show. It's okay because we keep it real here on Gears in the Rear. And that's what we're looking for, right? And that's pretty dope. I mean, he gave that foundation for you to say, hey, baby, it's a pickup truck, but it's yours.
Yes.
And you do what you want with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, I appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you so
for
much.
blessing us with the mic and teach us a little bit more about that C10.
Yeah, thank you.
Who do we have sitting next to us?
My name's Apollonio Anthony, man, a.k.a. Bones. I'm out of Northern California.
You heard it. You heard it. Bones. We got nothing. We got Bones on the show here. We bring it to you live and direct from Gears in the Rear. This is season 2. In case you ain't knowing what we got here in front of us, OG legend Impala game. He gave me a phrase a second ago that I'm guaranteeing you I told him that I'm going to inherit it. You said we got to do what?
Build them, not buy them.
You heard that. Build them, not buy them. Build them, not buy them. That's what Gears in the Rear is all about. Well, man, you said it here first, man. Walk me through it. How do I get myself? I'm a young enthusiast. I'm trying to get in the game. Tell me something, OG.
Come on, back in the days, man, we could pick up an Impala for like $500-$600, but now, man, they're ranging anywhere from $5,000-$6,000, and that's a bucket.
That's a
You know what I
bucket.
mean? You know, and I see it. I see it like that. I've been in this game. I've been lowriding since I was like 10 years old. You know what I mean? I'm 58 right now.
Talk to
And
me.
I've been in lowrider since 1977 when it first came out.
Talk to
You know
me.
what I mean? And we I got a 64 Impala I had for 36 years.
Yes, sir.
Tore it down, built it up, tore it down, built it up. About to redo it again.
That's the
You know what
love.
I mean? And it's funny because you were speaking earlier about giving back to the kids.
Yes, sir.
And that's how I see a person, you know what I mean? Like a rundown car.
Ooh.
And you find them beat up.
Yes, sir.
But then when you're done, they're like a diamond.
Ooh.
They're beautiful.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? You bring them back to reality.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And, you know, that's why I said you build them, not buy them. You know, it's better to give. I built a 64 Impala, and I offered it to any one of my kids. You bring me a diploma, I'm going to give you the car.
See that?
And none of them did it, except my last one. He bought me a diploma, I brought him the car. And what he did, man, is he's let it sit there. The car was done, it was finished, 64 Impala, lifted hydraulics all the way around. And it sat there for 8 years and rotted out. And it was funny because I was like, man, dude, what are you doing? You know what I mean? This is you. But you see, he didn't appreciate it because it was given to him.
Absolutely. So he didn't earn it.
So he didn't earn it.
So he didn't earn it.
So now, you know what I mean? I got a girl and she got a daughter, and I gave her a Lowrider bike. And I said, look, Mija, I said, you got money, whatever you want to do that bike, you're gonna spend on it because you're gonna appreciate it.
Okay.
So you was talking about getting a grant to get these kids to start building cars. I learned how to build cars. I didn't have a dad growing up. I didn't have a mom growing up. So I learned how to start building cars when I was little by myself. My uncle came over and I watched him. And my grandma bought me a box of tools, and that's where it started.
See, and that right there is where we starting at, where we got to give these kids some options. That's the tool belt that they need. See, because grandma saw something in you, instead of you going to do X, Y, and Z, she gave you the toolbox. Right now, that's what we're doing like on Gears in the Rear. We're trying to give babies the toolbox so they can get their hands on these cars, get crafty, learn something different, get in the game. You started off at 10, OG, and now here we are years later, and your knowledge of what you have outbeats the car company. All the trial and error and what you've done. You had the 64 Impala. Did you learn how to do the motor? You worked on the motor yourself?
I'm a mechanic right now.
Talk to me.
I'm a mechanic. And everybody trips out because I didn't go to school. And they're like, how you learn that? And God gave everybody a gift.
Yes, he did.
He gave everybody a talent.
Yes, sir.
You just got to put it to work.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've been in Impala's Car Club. We started in the late 80s.
Yes, sir.
88, 89. We started rolling around. A bunch of friends got together and started running around. Some of us took a vacation, and some of us ran with it.
Yes, sir.
So we got 4 founders, Robbie, Kiki, Sonny, and Bubba.
Yes, sir.
They ran with it. They brought it out. We got 45 chapters now. It started from one chapter. We worldwide now. We got
worldwide 45 chapters.
One make, one model.
One make, one model.
Impala.
You
know what I mean?
And in case you guys know on Gears in the Rear, it might sound repeated, might sound redundant if you pay attention to my other shows. Y'all know what my love is. 65 Impala SS drop. We call it nothing to hide from God. You know what I mean? And that's what I want. That's my baby. That's my ultimate dream car.
And you know, you can get it if you achieve it.
Yes, sir.
If you want it, you go for it.
Yes, sir.
And I tell the kids now, if you got a dream, then chase your dreams.
Yes, sir.
Chase them because their only reality is sleeping. You sleeping, you have a reality that you want something that you can't get because you dream it, but you can get it.
Ooh.
Because everything I dreamt about came true. I've had my car for 36 years. I traded it for a Chevy Monte Carlo. You know, back in 85, 84. This man, I had a 85 Monte Carlo on some TAs, some wide tires, and it was to the ground. You know, some true classics.
But it wasn't that 4.
No, but it was slumping.
Okay.
And this cat came over. He says, "Hey, I want your car." I said, "Nah." He goes, "Hey, I'll trade you this." He pulled up. He just got the 64 from an old lady. He was the second owner. He just got it. He goes, "Hey, I'll trade you this." I said, "Nah." He goes, "I'll give you $1,500 and the car." I said, "Give me the car."
Hey.
So he paid me and gave me the 64.
Absolutely.
And I've had it ever since. And I learned. I built cars. I had 62, 61s. I had a 65 drop, 62 drop, 61 drop.
See, now you're teasing me, man. You're in here, you're giving me the rundown, and you're talking about my love, man, and that's what I want. Now, as you was a young pup, now we're older. You talked about had your hands on. You had your grandma give you a tool set. You worked on some tools. As we try to pass this knowledge down, OG, give me a little bit of your take of what you think we should pass down to the youngins so that we can keep this going, because it's starting to be a lost art. It's dying off.
Well, you know why? You know why it's dying off? Because nobody presents it to them. Nobody gives them a chance. You got kids running the streets because they're fatherless.
Yes, sir.
They're motherless.
Yes, sir.
So they have nowhere to go, nothing to do. But if somebody showed me back then, I've been shot 4 times, stabbed 17 times.
Yes, sir.
I've been incarcerated ever since I was 9 years old.
Yes, sir.
In and out. Because nobody showed me.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But if we take it back, you know how they got that? They got that thing, what's it called? Big Brother program?
Yes, yeah.
You know,
so we had those. We had those mentors come by and get us.
You know what I learned, and this is from the heart. You know, I never had a dad to come up to me and hug me and say, "I love you."
Yes, sir.
And a lot of these kids are missing that.
Yes, sir.
And they run to the streets because that's their gang, that's their family.
Yeah.
And they show them that love, but nobody ever tells them there's no retirement in gang banging.
No, there's not.
Ain't no 401k.
Sure is.
So if we bring this program to them, that's going to show them a better way. And there's a lot of kids out there because there's a lot of kids that are mechanically inclined. I got like my girl right now, her daughter, she went to school to be a mechanic.
See, you hear that on Gears in the Rear. So the babies they having some tools. We're getting the tool belt back to some of the babies. We just have to give them an opportunity and a space for them to get something working on.
That's it.
Okay, and so now moving forward, you see the future, and we're here. We're in the present. We're moving to the future. What does the Impala Club? You know, what do we have to open? You know, what's the future for the Impala Club or your future? You know what I'm saying? What do we see for the sky? It's so bright right now.
You know, our Impala Club started, we got young guys, we got young cats, and it's a family-oriented car club.
Okay.
And a lot of these people been here 20, 30 years, 15 years, where their kids now are growing up, now building cars.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And when I was young, I was fascinated with building lowrider bikes. You know what I mean?
And
then
I've seen those. Those bikes are beautiful, sir.
And from building lowrider bikes, you go to building cars. You know what I mean? And you present them to these kids and say, "Hey, we got this beat up car. Say you get your 65. This is how you work." Yes, sir. You get your 65 Impala. Because they doing that now. They take it to the school and they let the kids work on it.
Yes, they do.
And they building it for you.
Hey, that's free game right there. Free game right there.
$3.99.
Free 99. Well, again, man, is there any social media forums that you guys are on, or where can we find y'all to tap into the Impala Club?
Well, see, we got a lot of Instagram. Excuse me. We got a lot of Instagram, IG accounts. But see, we 45 chapters big. So I mean, we got the Modesto Impalas, we got the North Cal Impalas, we
like
got
Modesto.
the Portland Impalas, Merced. So everybody got their own IG accounts, you know what I mean?
So shout out to my man Tunde Sabomahima Modesto. He runs a big program out in Modesto. He's from Portland, Oregon. He went to Stanford. He's out there running a big program out in Modesto, and he's doing a lot for the youth out there. So I'm definitely going to tap in and reach in with him and see how we can tap in with you guys, man. And again, man, just, you know, I appreciate you giving me your time, your knowledge. I mean, like you said, man, that's 50 years of wisdom right there working on cars, working on wrenching, and you had to do it. You got in there and you made it happen.
You know, my girl said the other day, she said, what you getting out of go there? I said, baby, it's not about having fun, it's a lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
I grew up in this.
Yes, sir.
And this is what I love to do. You know, man, we drove from Northern California 12 hours to get over here just to represent, to support.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're here. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
sir.
we're going to low ride till the day we die. This ain't been here in 14 years. I just got interviewed by Joe Ray, the dude who's throwing this.
Yes, sir.
And they ain't been here in 14 years, and we're talking about bringing it back.
And we got to bring it back, man. The car culture, man. We're in the great Northwest. The Northwest have something to offer. This is Gears in the Rear, first platform. This is the first live podcast at a Lowrider show that they've ever had. And I got the Impala Club with me, first and foremost. Y'all see what we doing on Gears in the Rear, baby.
Hey, you can reach me at Apollonio Anthony IG, man. You know what I mean?
And I'm going to hit you up. I'm definitely going to tap in with you and pick your brain. This is not going to be the last you're going to hear from me and from Gears in the Rear. And once again, man, season 2, we're bringing y'all some heat. And thank you. I appreciate you, OG. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Right on, baby.
God bless.
Appreciate
Remember, put
you.
God first.
God first.
God first.
Hey, but what'd you say when we start the show? We got to do what?
Build them, not buy them.
Y'all heard it. Build them, not buy them. Man, shout out to the USO Club again, man. We got the OG on here from USO, man. He came and sat down. He's giving me a clean little interview, talking about his cars, talking about what they've been doing with the club. How long you been up and running with the club?
I've been in the club for 16 years now.
16 years.
Yep. And this year is our 30th anniversary.
I saw that. I've been seeing everybody rocking the 30-year anniversary.
Big. We showed up and showed out today. We got 37 entries.
37 entries. Y'all
all
hear
black
that?
Cars.
Ooh wee, black on.
Everything done.
From the rooter to the tutor, huh?
To the tutor.
They say they say from bumper to bumper. Is that what it's called? Bumper to bumper, like the insurance?
Yep, exactly.
That's
like Allstate, is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What was one of your first builds?
My first build was what did I build first? 87 Coupe Cadillac.
Okay.
Frame off car. That was my first car I built.
So when you say frame off, what does that entail?
Took the whole body off the frame. Disassembled the whole car.
Okay.
Started from like they would start from the factory.
Wow.
Built the frame, built everything, put the body back on the frame, did the whole tilt boogie. That was the first car I got into the car club with.
That's what I'm talking about. So when you do frame off, you built it like that. Where would you suggest we get like the parts and stuff from when you was doing all that? Was you was like looking for brake setups?
Like back then, you would always start. To build my first car, I had 3 coupes.
Ooh, okay.
I had 3 coupes.
3 coupes.
I had one for the frame.
Uh-huh.
I had one for the trim.
Uh-huh.
Then I had one that I was building.
Okay.
But so back then it was a lot easier.
Collectively, you had to get your 3 come together. You get the one perfect one.
You got the one perfect one.
Oh, so you got all your parts. You got your interior.
You got your interior. You got your tranny. You got your undercarriage.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay. Now, when you say your tranny, what type of tranny was you rocking?
What was in that thing? I can't even remember. It was probably what was in that? Probably 4100.
4100.
Yep,
okay.
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
So we started off. We had the Cadillac. What's another one that you remember that you want to put out there that we can talk about?
Man, it's been a few. I don't know.
What one is near and dear to your heart that you wish you should have never? What's that baby that got away? What's that one that got away?
I had a 65 that was.
I remember that. Do you not know? This is the first on Gears in the Rear. Y'all hearing it first live and direct. This gentleman was the first guy that had me love 65s.
Really?
I knew nothing about it. I'm at my boy house. We going to basketball. We somewhere on Deacon, and I said, "Holy guacamole! What car is that?" I said it had the lights in the back.
Oh yeah.
It was big. It was beautiful. It had the loud. It had the window. I said, "Man, I want that." And they was like, "Man, you don't want that big car." I said, "Man, y'all don't know how beautiful that thing ride, man." And when I saw you got out there, I told them all day yesterday, I got a muscle car. I'll trade my muscle car for a 65 all day long.
That 65 Impala go hard.
It go hard, man. That was the baby that got away.
That was the baby that got away. But luckily it went to one of my other members, man. So I get to see her every now and then.
Oh, see, that's
You know
not
what
me.
I mean?
I'm too jealous. I'm too jealous. I'm a jealous guy. If
Right?
if she get away from me, it better be somewhere in a whole other place I can't find her.
Hey, it ain't a show. I'll be like, you ready to get off that car?
You see what I'm saying? Bring her back home.
Bring her back home, man. But it's all good, you know what I mean? That's the name of the game, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm
So
not
for
sure.
the youngsters that's out there, and they want to get into this lowrider type of show, this lowrider club, what are some of the suggestions you would give? You know, what's the, like a starting budget build or starting? You know, how can we get them off the ground? Can you give me some info on that?
It depends on what you want to do, you know what I mean? It used to be you could build a G-body and that was kind of your starter car. But they didn't got so expensive now, bro.
I've seen that,
outlandish,
man.
you know what I mean?
It's so outlandish. I'm watching
And
Buicks that was $500 back in the day
Right.
go for $20.
Exactly. Like I said, when I built my first car, I bought 3 of them. I couldn't do that today
Right.
because everything just skyrocketed. So it's kind of, you just got to kind of slow your roll and really take your time, man, and just be humble about it.
Humble and be patient?
Don't be humble, be patient.
Okay.
Because most of the people that's doing a lot of this stuff is humble people.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and,
sir.
they don't take, you got to be easy with them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, teach me how to do this. And, but they love teaching you.
And that's what I'm trying to get on Gears in the Rear. I'm
Right.
trying to get some guys some grassroots guys to give us some, what do I go buy first? Do I go buy the socket set first? right? Right? I got to have some tools in order to work on this car, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then can I call you? What happens if I hear the
Exactly.
ticking sound or, if this is not going right the way I want it to,
Right.
man? Who can I call? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of, it's just been so small for so long, but now
Yes,
it's
sir.
starting to get big again. So, it's, you just got to jump in, man. And
Okay.
just be like, hey, like a lot of these cats, everybody's approachable.
Okay.
And some of these bigger car clubs, especially,
Yeah.
they love it. Like us, if anybody came up to me and asked one question, I love that stuff, bro.
And that's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all heard it here first on Gears in the Rear, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man. He only had a few minutes of his
Yep.
time. He gave it to me. I appreciate the USO Club so much. Again, y'all heard it here first. He had me locked and loaded on that 65, and I can't get off of it. You know what I mean?
Hey, that joint was hot.
And give me a shout out to your USO Club. Where can they find them?
USO Portland on Instagram. Hit us up and follow us. We're going to be moving around all summer. We got about 5 big shows we're going to go to. And we'll keep them all posted up on there. And then we're just going to stay at it this year, bro. This is just the beginning.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate your
All right.
time. Thanks for
Appreciate
sitting down
having
with me,
bro.
man.
Appreciate you doing. Hey,
Right
I
on.
want to say I appreciate you doing this show because it's beautiful.
Thank you.
When I seen it, I was like, oh man, that's nice.
And I'm trying to keep. Thank you, man. I'm trying to keep the culture going, man. Let them know that Northeast Portland got something, man, and we standing
Right.
up for ours. You know what I
We've
mean?
been doing it for years.
For years, man. For years. Again, thank you, brother.
Appreciate you.
the love.
All right.
Right on, man.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Take it light.
All right, without further introduction, it's your boy Mel P. I'm here on Gears in the Rear, and I got my man next to me. Shout it out to you, man.
Man, I'm Josie, man.
It's Josie. Now, y'all want to know why Josie's on here? I told y'all Gears in the Rear is more than just about cars, man. It's about gears. I was at this Lowrider show, and guess what your boy Mel P saw? I saw something live and direct. It was a fat boy, Harley, big time. Looked at, ooh-wee. It was, I call it chocolate factory, but it was so milky brown that it might have been other colors, and I just couldn't get it out of my system, man. Like the paint job on that bike was so ooh-wee, I couldn't get it out of my system, man.
That thing is ridiculous.
Well,
man.
talk to us a little bit about your bikes, man, and give us a little bit about your background.
So I'm Josie. I'm from Hillsboro here. We're in Portland. When I went and I bought this bike, a lot of the stuff that's done to it was done when I bought the bike.
Okay.
But I've got the list of everything. I know
like a true builder.
The biggest one I wanna make known is TMB Studios out of Southern California. They're the ones who hand etched the entire bike and then went back and triple chrome plated everything.
Woo!
So
triple chrome plated. Wait till y'all see this bike. There's a picture of it that will be up. You will get to see this bike. When I tell you the bike is badass, it is badass. And here on Gears in the Rear, we try not to use them type of languages, but we have to use it when it's do so, and that's badass.
That brown in there, man. When I first saw the bike, it's funny because I opened it up on Facebook or Craigslist or something, wherever I found it, and I showed my wife the bike, and I said, man, this would be a dream bike. And she looks at me, she's like, oh, that's nice. About an hour later, she comes back, she says, go buy the bike.
Oh.
Don't play with me, woman.
Oh, yeah,
Don't play with me, woman.
Hold on, emotions, heart throbbing.
I might have a heart attack. I might have to poop a little.
Okay.
She was like, no, I'm serious. So we went to the bank, we pulled the cash out, I went up, I gave the guy $1,500 more than he was asking to get it out from under the person that was buying it before me. I was like, bro, I'll give you $1,500 extra right off the top.
So you said money talking, bullshit run the marathon.
There you go.
There it is.
So I've had this bike now for about 2 years. We've done a little bit of work to it, not a whole lot.
Okay.
A little bit of the motor internals. There's motor internals work and stuff like that.
So you say motor internals work. Talk to us a little bit about box. What's the range on it? Like I know when we talk about crotch rockets and some of those motorcycles, they say when you get a 240.
The mileage for the
not the mileage, but engine size or.
It's got
educate me a little bit on the bikes.
80 cubic inch.
Okay.
It's from the Harley line. I don't think it's an Evo engine. I can't remember right off the top of my head.
Okay.
It does have the 6-speed. We put in, better pistons, better rods, better crank. I went from a chain-driven main gear to the cam gears on the inside. It does like the timing and all that. The problem is with Harleys, when the chain goes, they've got this little tensioner, and it's made out of plastic against a metal chain.
Which means it can break at any time when you get on it.
And it never gives you warning when it's going to do it.
Oh.
And then it just throws everything off, and you got to take it to the Harley dealership, and man, I was done with all that. I used to own North Power Sports in Beaverton. It was a custom motorcycle shop.
Okay.
And we had bikes like we had a 1919 Indian, a 1921 Indian.
Ooh,
these bikes, no other shops would take them. But I was like, bro, we got the insurance. Like, all you need is this little. Bring it in, man. I got you. Come on, let's do it.
Okay.
I built Hayabusas. I built Yamahas. I built anything and everything on 2 wheels. But I started on 4 wheels.
Okay. Talk to me. So your 4-wheel you started on, what was your 4-wheel ride?
Man, my very first car was a 1993 Ford Escort 4-door hatchback that I got from a 90-year-old lady with 13,000 miles on it, and I paid her $1,000 for the car.
And back in the day with the hatchbacks, you put 1 6x9 on it and feel like you got beat for days.
I'm telling you, bro. I got on base, they would always come up, your music's too loud. You need to, man. Come on, man. I'm 18, 19 years old. I want my loud music, man.
And it was in a hatchback Escort. So when you're on these bikes, you have this Harley. Talk to me about when you ride, man. Like, what goes through your mind when you're on these bikes and you ride and the feel of the Harley?
There's 2 different thought processes that I have. One of them is absolutely nothing. And, people ask me, well, what do you mean by that? Nothing. Like, I'm looking at the road, I'm looking at the trees, I'm looking at the birds. I don't care about any problems in the world. I don't care what's going on at home. I don't care about this kind of stuff. I just want to ride.
Yeah.
But in that same breath, I understand, metaphorically speaking, I understand that everybody in a car is out to kill me.
Okay, okay.
So I've got to keep my head on a swivel. I've always got to be watching 10, 15, cars ahead.
Yes, sir.
What is that guy doing? What is that guy doing? And that is one of the big differences between a Harley Davidson and riding a crotch rocket. My
Okay.
very first bike was a Yamaha YZF R6R LE.
And so for you guys that don't know, that long name you just put out, that Yamaha, those are the type of bikes that they call crotch rocket. Harley is what they call the fat boys. Those them big ones that you hear. Everybody just get to, oh wait.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, educate me. Talk to me, Chief.
The Fat Boy is actually the model of the bike.
Ooh, okay.
So it's you have the Harley Davidson Road King, you've got the Harley Davidson Night Ride, Sportster, all this. Fat Boy is one of those.
Educate me.
In 1998, my mom bought one brand new for my dad. It was funnier than hell too. My mom mad my dad thinking she was cheating everything. Rolls up in the backyard on a Harley, on the back of this dude's Harley.
Ooh.
My dad's a big biker. He's about your
Okay,
size, man.
okay.
Big boy.
Yeah.
And he's like, who the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Excuse me, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
sir. Yes, sir.
Who the, who's riding in this, with my wife on the back of the bike? Dude walks up, bandana on, shades. My dad's,
Oh, okay. So mom ready to get somebody 187.
My dad's, old school Mexican. Like
Okay.
old school cholo Mexican.
Again, I used the right words. About to get somebody 187.
You see around here, this. I grew up with this.
Okay.
And dude comes walking up to my dad. Dude reaches out with the keys, drops them in his beer, says, "Happy birthday, man, that's your Harley."
Ooh.
That right there started my love of bikes.
And that changed everybody's mind frame after that.
Bro, I tell you, I could sit here and talk about bikes and cars all day. I got goosebumps right now, bro.
And that's what we need. And that's what we're talking about on Gears in the Rear Season 2. I got you a guy up here that's talking about bikes. We're talking about Harleys. So you got this nice Harley. How long you been? You said about 2.5 years. You've been riding.
I've had that bike about 2.5 years. That specific one.
That specific one.
I bought my first bike in 2003.
Okay.
I had never been on a dirt bike. I'd never been on a quad. I had never anything. And
so you trained yourself how to ride a motorcycle?
I almost dropped it 3 times leaving the parking lot.
Woo.
It was a race ready limited edition motorcycle that they had no business selling to somebody who's never been on a bike.
Okay.
I ended up crashing it 6 months later, running from the cops. 110 miles an hour, man.
See?
And that woman right there is the one who has saved my life.
Okay, well, we don't have her right now in the live shot, but we definitely know that she's around and she's here. We can leave her out there. We understand. Must be an emergency. Okay. We're live on Gears in the Rear.
Oh, I'm
you never
sorry,
know
man.
what
Yeah,
happens, man.
the parking permit just ran out, man. The
Oh,
parking
it's all
permit
good,
just ran
man.
out.
Listen, we'll pay that $5 fee. It's just $5. But my man was saying that his lovely wife saved him who from laying down a really expensive bike to now he's on the Harley.
Yeah,
we have the Harley.
That woman right there, man.
So you've never laid down the Harley?
Not this one.
Okay.
I did crash that 2009 Road King I was telling you about right at the beginning there. But this one, man, I've ridden this one maybe a dozen times.
All right.
Because I am not going to dump that bike. I got to really, this thing with my joints. My joints dislocate really easily.
Uh-huh.
And you see that bike's handlebars are way
Right,
out there.
Right.
Man, I don't want to crash it.
Okay, so now you've been bringing it to shows.
Yeah, this is my second show.
Okay.
Lifelong dream today.
Okay, and then now in the show, it's going up for like best bike category.
I hope so.
Okay.
I sure hope so.
Okay.
Man,
okay.
you see the other 2 bikes that were off to the side.
Yeah,
man.
them other 2 bikes, man. I'm sorry to say it, but Gears in the Rear, we do not sugarcoat, we do not lie. They're FUBAR. When you get a chance to see this Harley, you guys are going to see why your boy Mel P was drooling so tough and why I had to get him up on the show. But again, man, I appreciate your time. We'll definitely be by to check out. We're going to go live here in a minute. We're going to do a little walking around, check out some more cars, get a little bit more interviews. But I appreciate your enthusiasm. But you do say you have cars too now.
Oh, yes.
I caught that. You also have cars too.
My wife actually is walking out right now. She's going out to our 2013 Audi S7 twin turbo V8.
Twin turbo V8.
$104,000 price tag on that thing.
Holy guacamole. What we pushing on the wheels? We got, what are we at right now? We had 500 horses?
450 at the wheels. It's got a dual clutch 8-speed transmission, so it does lose a lot with the all-wheel drive system and stuff like that. But
So are you a mechanic? Are you working on cars too?
I used to. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been a mechanic pretty much my whole life. In the military, I was a mechanic.
Okay.
Before then, I restored old cars.
Ooh.
You know, my very first restored car was a 1923 Ford that I did for my godfather.
Well, I got a 1972 Cutlass S. I got a 455 big block in it.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a 455 big
That's
block.
dirty.
That is, so we're gonna have the little wiggle. We're gonna have the little ass scoot a little bit.
There you
We're
go.
gonna try to do what we can and see what we can do coming out this summer. She's still in paint jail. Can't wait to get out.
I've
But
got a
again-
couple cars about to go into paint as well. I got that 58 Impala, man. That thing's about to go in.
Uh-oh, y'all heard it here. Do we got breaking news? 58 Impala. Can we get you back on Gears in the Rear with that?
You can have me on there anytime you would like, bro. I've got cars coming out of cars coming out of cars.
Y'all heard it here on Gears in the Rear. We brought you the Harley. We brought you the bike. We're going to have an episode on cars. Again, I appreciate you. Where can we find you at on these social media platforms? Anything
You know,
out there?
I've got my personal page. I am part of some other organizations, but doesn't really work with this atmosphere.
Gotcha.
So,
I truly understand. Well, I know how to reach you. You know how to reach me now. Let's make it happen. Thank you for signing up on this Gears in the Rear at this
Not a
car
problem,
show.
brother.
Appreciate you, man.
call me in anytime you need somebody, buddy.
Much love. Let's get this picture. Oh, y'all heard me pay homage to him before. Like I said, it took the act of Congress to get him on and a couple of more votes. But I got Gary OG Sykes is in the building. USO. What up, dude, man? How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. What's good with it?
Oh, man, I appreciate you for being up here, man. Way to bless the platform on season 2.
Man.
Talk to me, OG.
Let's get it, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I mean, we blessed here. We at this live car show, man, and we here. I heard you got a couple of joints in here. How many did you bring?
I brought 4 pieces up in here.
You bought a 4-piece.
4-piece.
A 4-piece extra spicy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We don't
sir.
need no biscuit.
No
We
biscuit.
brought them straight chicken.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir. Yes,
4-piece,
sir.
4-piece.
Yes, sir.
So, OG, I've been trying to let folks know that you take me back as a pup, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had one of the other USO brothers on here, man. He was the one that made me fall in love with a 65 Impala. He had that beautiful thing sitting there all tucked off on Deacon. And he wind up, that was his baby that he let get away. That was that girl that broke his heart.
Yep.
But a lot of folks don't know that we go back to when I was 13 years old, a young pup.
Matt Dishman
Matt
days,
Dishman days, finally. I called myself, I was tired, you guys. Played hoop, didn't realize the true essence of a car. And I called myself sitting down on the car, resting my legs, and somebody said, "Hey, young fella, you and Bucky Beaver better get y'all asses up off my car. Y'all gonna have to wash it." and that's when I learned the true meaning of what a car was and what it take to have a beautiful ride.
sir.
And that was because of you, man. And you blessed me at the age of 13.
I
And here we
appreciate
are now. I'm a grown man. I'm in the game. Got me a muscle car. But I wanted to hear from the OG, man. How long you been doing this thing?
Man, I've been doing it for a long time, man. Since I was about 14, 15 years old.
Now you hear he's
No.
14, 15. He's Rico Suave over here. I need you to speak a little closer to the mic from me, Suave,
Okay.
so we can hear you nice and clear.
Yes, sir.
But go ahead and get back to me. Tell him to me.
I've been doing it for, I don't know, since 14, 15 years old.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Start tearing stuff down, trying to put it back together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I first started with Volkswagens, you know what I mean? And then we went to mini trucks.
Okay.
You know, and then started lowriding. And after that, it's been a done deal.
It's been a done deal. It's
Yes,
been
sir.
a nice ride,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
So in case y'all didn't know, I got a great guy of mine, man, from GMP Podcast, just on. He's a Volkswagen guy.
Oh, yeah?
And he's been talking to me about the bugs, and lately I've been seeing some beautiful things.
Oh, bugs are nice.
So you said tearing down. You went just full in, learn how to just take it, break it apart together.
Yeah. I
Okay.
started hanging out with a guy that loved Volkswagens. His dad owned a Volkswagen shop.
Okay.
So we'd go there after hours and tear the motors down and all that stuff. And the stuff we didn't know, his dad would help us out with it. You know what I mean? And I like bugs, and you know what I mean? But I just had to get into that groove, you know
And
what I
then
mean?
we graduated to the trucks.
Trucks, you know, and many trucks and stuff like that. Then I graduated again into that low riding, and then I never looked back.
So in your low riding days, now that we on this low riding tip, and I'm a big fan of the low riders because the art and the way you guys have took cars and make it turn, move, hop. What does a low rider setup consist of?
I mean, the basic setup is like a 2-pump setup.
Okay.
Pump, 2-pump, 4-dump setup. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You can buy the kit and then, buy your bats, how many bats you want to go with.
Okay.
But a setup, a basic setup is probably a 2-pump, 4-dump setup with maybe 4 to 6 batteries.
Okay, so the bats is the battery. That's short
Yep.
term for batteries.
Yep.
And then the pumps, that's what give me
That's that push that fluid through.
That's to push the fluid
Yes,
through.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then when you got that set up, what does that look like on the switches inside the car? How many switches did that contain of?
Back in the day, they used to be, too much, 12 switches.
Okay.
10 switches, 12 switches, 16 switches. But you don't need all that. I got 4 switches. I got front, back, corner to corner.
Front, back, corner to corner.
I've been in it a while. That's all I need, to bring that.
How do we get that 3-wheel motion?
Man, you got to cock him up.
Okay.
And drop that rear.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Drop that rear.
So that's a gear in the rear. We dropping
Yes,
that
sir.
ass. We
Yep.
turn and snatch.
Yep.
Get
Yep.
him.
Snatch
And we
him
going.
up. Snatch him up.
And we only need 4 gears when you're OG in the game. These youngsters was doing too much, going 12.
Yeah,
It looked for good for the setup, huh?
Yeah, it look cool, you know what I mean? But it's like a little bit overkill for me.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I like to be simple and basic with mine,
And so, breaking news, in case y'all didn't notice, he was first in the game. I've been listening and doing my homework today. They said you got something sitting over there called the Fresh Prince in that back battery pack. You got some digital numbers reading
Yes,
out
sir.
or something
Yes,
like
sir.
that?
I've seen some people do it, you know what I mean, on the internet, and I got a hold of a place called Lowrider Solenoids.
Yes, sir.
And got a hold of them, and they sent me some out, and we hooked them up, and it tells you the volts
Okay.
on all your stuff. So if your solenoid goes bad, it'll tell you that your solenoid is going bad.
Oh, see,
so
look
you don't
at
have to
that.
test each one of them.
Look
to
at
see
that
which
new
one.
technology.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look at that new technology
you know
brought
what I
to
mean?
you from the Northwest, straight
Man.
from Mr. Sykes.
Man, and
From that 57.
Yes, sir. And I got a guy out of L.A. His name is Overtime Joe that hooked the setup up for me,
Yes,
plumbed
sir.
it and everything.
Ooh,
Amazing.
it's immaculate.
It's immaculate,
It's
and
immaculate.
it's half old school and half new school. So I got the old school dumps on it,
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? And then I got the new style pumps. So it's old school, new school setup. And it's real nice. It's accurate. It's a whammy tank. I mean, we good.
We good.
I
And
didn't
we
want
ride.
to go. Oh, no question.
And we ride.
No question.
And we bring our cars out.
Yes, sir.
And we drive our cars.
Yes, sir, I
You
drove
heard
it.
it here on Gears in the Rear. I
Yes,
told
sir.
y'all the purpose of the show was not to brag about your bag or how much you spend, but to get your car out there.
Yes,
The
sir.
Great Northwest have a lot to offer.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, I'm sitting here with my man OG Sykes. He gave me his time, and we're using it wisely. For a young fella that's new into the game, that's a car enthusiast, I got a nice little audience. These young folks is trying to get some of that knowledge and get back in the game. What some advice would you give a young fella that's trying to, get his opportunity to get his feet wet?
Well, what I would do, if it was my car or whatever, I go and analyze the car,
Yes,
see
sir.
what it needs first. My thing is, I go try to tackle the big stuff first. So
Gotcha.
if I'm gonna do something to the motor, I'm gonna do that first because that's gonna be the big piece of the bag.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And then if I want some all gold cheeses, I'm gonna do that next.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I
Okay.
try to do everything over the winter, so I'm ready to ride for the summer.
Oh, that's that key alert. That's that new.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell y'all something. I'll say it again. OG taught us how to do it. You do it over the winter so you can be ready to ride in the summer. And again, you've heard it time and time again on Gears in the Rear. You got to start with the heartbeat. It's got to be the motor. You got to get the tranny right. Then you work on the shoes, and then you go to the body, and then you bang out the rest.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What do
sir.
you think about beat? What's your take on music?
I'm a music guy, you know what I mean? But, sometimes you could overdo it, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like a classic car, you try to put all that beat in there and it start rattling and everything. Another thing I would like to say is, just because your homeboy can do it cheaper, don't make it a good deal.
Talk to me.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yes, sir.
I'd rather go and take it to a person that's going to charge me more and get it done right the first time. You got to have somebody come in and they do it wrong. Then you got to spend your money and do it again,
Yes, sir.
and you're spending double the money.
Absolutely.
Do it right the first time, and you're golden.
So
know
you
what I
heard it. You heard it here, man. Again, we giving more good sound advice on season 2. We're just talking about how to spend your own bag, control your own money, and how do you build you something from scratch. Once again, it's a lost art. This thing called low riding, hopping, and shows. I'm gonna continue to try to get you more content and bring it to you. We do not want this to die off and be left behind. Folks are dying, and you know, rest in peace to everybody that's gone. But we need OGs like you to keep us in the game, keep giving us, spreading the knowledge. And once again, man, we just truly thank you for the time you blessed us with.
Man, I appreciate
and man, you brought 4 loads, man. Tell me about the 2 or 3 of the other loads that you brought, man. Because the 57 is what I mentioned. What you got?
Well, I tried to, you know, not really make a statement. People are like, oh, you flexing. I'm not flexing because this is what I do. You know what I mean? We car guys.
Well, we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. I don't mean to cut you off, but we got to get out of that.
Sure.
I met a guy that has a 2021 Rolls-Royce Phantom, and he has a 2020 Bentley. And the last thing he was talking about was how much his cars cost.
Yeah.
He just wanted to enjoy the culture and finally see that we're out riding.
Sure.
So for everybody that's paying attention, we're not flexing. We're talking about how do we get out in the great Northwest and ride those things. But tell me what you're rolling with. I saw something over there.
Yeah, we got the Bel Air, but that's the first time it's been out. New style, you know, we did everything to that, you know, pumps, new shoes, new top. We brought the paint back.
Yes, sir.
I got a real good dude that'll bring that paint back.
Bring it back?
Bring it back. It looks like it's been painted, but that's been just rubbed back out.
Okay,
buffed, you know what I mean? We put a nice setup in it, you know. We just cleaned it up real good, you know. And that's the one that we broke out today. But I got a 64 over there.
Yes, sir.
That's been all reinforced. Got a new 327 in it. Shortened rear end for the, you know what I mean? And it's got a 3-pump setup in it.
Okay.
You know, with beat.
With beat.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then what else did we bring over there? We brought the 5.7 that's all original. You know, third owner. Had to talk my boy out of it.
Wow.
You know, it's got 22 original miles on it, big block.
Come on now.
AC.
Come on now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on now. That's that USO Club, man.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
tell y'all something, man. USO run the city. I'm going to say it if nobody else won't say it, and I appreciate them guys for showing us some love, man. USO, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to my man OG Sykes again. I can't hold him too much longer. Like I said, it took the act of Congress to get him here, and we only got that short time. Once again, thank you on Gears in the Rear.
I
appreciate the love, man, for showing your support.
No question.
And we're going to keep it grinding, baby. We're going to keep it going.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Much
sir.
love, man. Shout out.
All right.
Love.
Love you guys.
We here live and direct with Miss Velvet. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. We're here at the Lowrider show, and we have you live in effect. Talk to me a little bit about the modeling. How'd you get into the car game?
Well, I've always kind of been obsessed with cars ever since I was pretty young. I got into it through my grandpa. He has some pretty cool classics.
Okay.
He has a 55 Bel Air that's
Okay, the Bel Air to die for. The Bel Airs has been running the city right now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And he kind of got me into the car scene. And then when I was old enough, I was just like, you know, I want a truck. I want a little truck. So we found a 93 Chevy S10. It had 75,000 original miles on it when we found it. And I've just been I've had it for 7 years, and I've just been kind of doing little things to it here and there. But this winter, the shop that I work for, Unruly Speed and Custom, we're going to completely tear down my truck. We're going to put it on full air ride suspension. We're going to do a little 4A LS swap on it.
Okay.
It's
LS swap, so you want a little wiggle in the wriggle, huh? You want
I want a little scoot in the boot.
Okay, that's Gears in the Rear. That's what I'm talking about. Need for Speed. So I met Miss Velvet here. She's in the game. She's been doing this modeling thing. Talk to us about your modeling career and how that take off.
Well, I did my first ever boudoir shoot last year in about January, February-ish, and I just said to myself, you know what, this is it. This is something that I want to do all the time. Okay. So I just started doing it. I started reaching out to photographers. I met my friend Georgia, who's a lowrider model, and she kind of became my mentor almost all throughout last year, and I did some crazy shit last year. I went down to this show in Southern Oregon.
Yeah.
It was a 3-day show. It was all mini truckers. It was wild. It was so much fun.
So
and
you was in mini truck heaven.
I was like, this is it. This is my people. This is my scene. I loved it. I loved it so much.
So Georgia, we're looking for you. We're trying to get you up on the show and see if we can make that happen with Miss Georgia.
Oh yeah.
So now your grandpa got you in the game. You got the mini S10. Your shop that you work for is going to help you break it all down and bring it back new. Looking to get into future car shows coming up?
Oh yeah. I had some people asking if my truck was going to actually be in this show, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it be. You know, it's not really up to the par quite yet.
Okay.
But next year when this show comes back, it'll definitely be in this show. I mean, there's a lot of cruises that we have up here that are pretty local. They're pretty awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And as far as shows, I mean, I'm just looking to see whatever pops up.
I heard that. Where can we find you at, Miss Crush? What's some of your platforms that you're on?
Well, my Instagram is VelvetFoot2. I had a main one that was sadly taken down, so I made a backup one.
Let's go, Velvet. Let's keep it popping. Talk to me.
Oh yeah, nonstop. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
My Facebook is Cassidy Ray, Cassidy with a K.
Okay.
And my TikTok is Foot of Velvet. A little bit of switch up on the name there.
I heard that. Ain't nothing like keeping yourself reinvented and re-motivated. You know what I mean? And so once again, man, we're on Gears in the Rear. We appreciate you stopping by, giving us the aspect of the models, taking the pictures, but you also have a car, which is super dope. Can't wait to see you in the future. We also got a car thing coming up. We got one July 2nd, so we'll definitely be reaching out to you and letting you know how that goes as we continue and push on. But once again, thank you, Ms. Velvet, for stopping in on Gears in the Rear.
Thank you for having me.
Much success, and we can't wait to see your car.
I mean, it'll be here, and I think it'll blow some people away.
Okay, well, we can't wait to see it, man. Go to take us away with the win, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you, baby.
Thank you so much.